Hello everyone, this is Gaurav and welcome every student to this wonderful session of error detection. Today in this video we are going to learn some advanced grammar rules through questions. Means in this session we are going to deal with certain questions and we are going to practice those questions, and while practicing those questions we are going to learn something new. Okay everyone, so let's start. Actually we have already done many videos or many lectures on different topics, so you can check it out in the playlist, and you can have the video once again. And this is the quote of the day, everyone. As you can see, we start the video with quote of the day. So today's quote of the day is, when everything seems to be going against you. Means when you find everything against you, remember that an aeroplane takes off against the wind and not with it. Okay, always remember everyone, whenever we think of everything is against us, then just think of an aeroplane. Okay, whenever we think of an aeroplane, it takes off against the wind, not with it. Okay, not in the direction of wind but opposite of the wind. Okay, so always fly everyone, fly with your passion, compassion, and work hard. Okay, until you get your success. Okay, let's start everyone. The session, we are going to start with the questions. Like, this is the first question. As you can see, this is the first question, and in this question there is an error and we have to find out that error. Okay, so in order to achieve global herd immunity and prevent new strains of COVID-19 of emerging possibly for years to come, vaccines need to be affordable and available in massive quantities throughout the globe. Okay, what does it mean? Actually, these are the questions from the Hindu editorial. Okay, let me tell you everyone. I have picked out these error detection questions from the Hindu newspaper, and I hope everybody is getting the level of the error detection. And I'm going to tell you what is the error, and I'm going to tell you the concept behind it. Okay, so that in the future or upcoming questions you will be able to find out the error. So in order to achieve global herd immunity, yes, means globally if you want to immune people and prevent new strains means new variety of COVID-19. Okay, always remember everyone, whenever we are using prevent, okay, this is the word prevent. So whenever we use prevent, we have to use from after it. Prevent from means bachana hai. So prevent new strains from COVID-19, not of. So it should be what? From. It should be from should be there. Okay. I mean, instead of, we have to use from. I hope you all understood everyone. Okay, let's continue. This is the question number 1 and the right answer is option B. Okay. Okay, let's continue. This is question number 2 and we are going to solve this out. Okay. Yes. So this can happen through patent owners voluntarily licensing their products to other companies, especially Indian producers who are experienced at mass producing low cost medications. Okay, no error. So just tell me everyone which one is the error. Okay, first of all, what you have to do, you have to just go through the sentence and find out the actually combination of sentence means subject and verb. Okay, yes. Okay, let's start. This can happen through patent owners voluntarily licensing their products to their companies, to other companies. Especially, this especially is wrong, everyone. I hope you all understood. There are two types of special or especially. We use one starts with E and the other is S. Sorry. So first one we start with E and the second one we start with S. But this is E, means especially will be used here. Okay. So I hope everybody is getting my voice clearly. Yes. So E should be there, not S. So this is the correct everyone. Especially Indian producers who are experienced at mass producing low cost medications. Okay. What does rule say? Okay, everyone, let's try to think over this. Whenever we use S, or we can say, I'm writing over here, especially It is for purpose. Okay, some kind of, we can say, purpose. Whenever we think of this, especially, it is used for a purpose, or we can say this is, it is used for describing a purpose. Okay, and if we think about the other one, okay, like this one, then actually this is used to point out something. Okay, to point out something. So I hope you all understood, everyone. So let's continue. This is the error, means in C, we can say the right answer is option C. Okay, let's continue with question number 3. This is question number 3. This can also be done by temporarily suspending potent rights of COVID-19, or we can say COVID vaccines, an option that is being pursued by India and South Africa through the World Trade Organization, means WTO, and one that is legal in the event of a public health emergency according to that organization own rules. Okay, I hope you all understood the question. Once again, we are going to read it out. First, you try to find out the right answer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this can also be done by temporarily suspending patent rights for COVID vaccines. Okay. First of all, we have to suspend, or we can say temporarily suspend the patent rights for COVID vaccines. An option that is being pursued. Okay. One more option is there. And what is that? By India and South Africa through the World Trade Organization, that is the WTO, and one uh, that is legal in the event of a public health emergency. Okay, this is good. Actually, it is legal and it is in the it can be used in emergency. Okay, according to that organization own rules. Okay, so this is the error, everyone. You can see, according to that organization's own rules, it should be organization's own rules. We are talking about organization's rules, means rules of organization. So we have to use apostrophe s over here. This is the error. I hope everybody got it. So according to this, we have to find out the D part. So D is the right answer, right option. I hope everybody got it. Okay. Like we can say, if you talk about the apostrophe s with organizations, sometimes we use schools uniform, schools rules. Okay, so these are the uses. Okay. Okay, so next one is, this is the question number 4. I hope so. Yes. Decades of struggles over patent rights and access to medications for HIV/AIDS demonstrates that it is possible to navigate patent restrictions using something called voluntary licenses, where a patent holder decides to license a product to other producers. Actually, there is a very common error in this sentence, like decades of struggles over patent rights, decades of struggles over patent rights and access to medications for HIV/AIDS demonstrates. Okay, first of all, we have to use we have to use singular, means plural verb with it. Okay, why? Because decades used. So whenever we think of decades, or we can say it is from the golden rule, whenever we think of plural subject, then we have to use plural verb. So this will be the combination, everyone. I hope you all understood. Okay. Okay, let's continue with the second question. Next question. The United Nations Medicines Patent Pool and the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Technology Access Pool are important tools in an effort to promote voluntary licensing for COVID products that so far have ignored by pharmaceutical producers. Okay, so first of all, we are talking about United Nations Medicines Medicines Patent Pool, The first one is here, and the second one is the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Technology Access Pool. These are two different subjects. That's why we are using R. Okay. Important tools. Okay, that is correct. Okay. Next, uh, in an effort to promote voluntary licensing. Okay. So we have to do something different, like promote voluntary licensing for COVID products that so far have ignored by, no, actually this is passive voice. As you can see, have ignored by pharmaceutical producers. So it should be have been ignored. Whenever we think of passive voice, it should be have been ignored. Like, let me tell you everyone, I have read the book. Okay, so this is active voice. What is it? Active voice. Okay, and the second one is the book has been read. Okay, or we can say by me. So this is passive voice. So has been read by me, it should be there. So have been ignored by pharmaceutical producers. So in this manner, we can say that option D will be the right answer. I hope everybody got it right. Yes. Okay, let's continue with the next question. This is sharing patent rights, though voluntarily licensing would need to involve India's large pharmaceutical sector whose production capacity helped make treatments for AIDS more affordable in low-income countries and helped mitigate that pandemic. Okay, so this is the question, everyone. If you find no error in this question, and then you can answer no error. But right now, I have an error in this question, so you have to tell me the answer. So it is very common error, everyone. If you talk about this, like first one, sharing patent rights, though means what? Though means yadapi, or we can say halaki. So sharing patent rights, we are sharing, or someone is sharing patent rights, the government is sharing patent rights. So if someone is sharing, then he is sharing from or through something. So sharing patent rights through voluntary licensing. Okay, voluntary licensing. It should be through, not though. Means with the help of voluntary licensing, the government is sharing patent rights to the two different pharmaceutical companies. Okay, so it should be the error. Means here though is incorrect. So we have to write through. This is correct. I hope everybody got it. Okay, just look at the question, everyone. First of all, what you have to do, you have to look at the question, you have to read out the question. Okay, and then try to read it carefully. Means you don't have to just rush, you just have to go through the question and just try to read each and every word. Okay, and uh, try to understand the meaning of that particular word given in the sentence. Okay, and then you will be able to find out the error. Okay, so what I do, you often see me like you often watch me solving the questions. I go through the question and try to find out the meaning of that word. So here through, you through should be there, so I have replaced though with through. Okay, let's continue with next question. Okay, this is the question, everyone. In the case of Gilead, which placed more products in the patent pool than any other producers, okay, their licenses required the licensee to pay Gilead a royalty of 3% of the sales of the drug and limited sales of low-income countries. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to just go through the word and word. Okay, like in the case of Gilead is a kind of company, pharmaceutical company, which is used for Gilead. This is relative pronoun, and relative pronoun is used for the word preceded by. Okay, and placed more products. Okay, so they have placed more products in the patent pool, means they have various products with their patents rights, okay, than any other producers. Yes, their licenses required the licensee means one who applied for, okay, who applied for licensee to pay Gilead a royalty of 3% of the sales of the drug, and limited sales. This is a kind of we got to know error. Limited sale is not there. If someone wants to earn royalty out of the sales, then it should not be limited. Or we can say some pharmaceutical, like some drugs, they have limit sale, not limited sale. So we have to use limit. You know, some medicines have limit sales in the market. They are not at huge demand, so they are earning royalty of 3% on sale of drug and limit sales of low income countries. This is okay. So option D will be the right answer. I hope everybody got it right. Okay, let's continue. This is the next question, everyone. It is also possible for governments to issue what are called compulsory licenses, which override patent rights to allow local production or import of drugs by generic manufacturers in the event of a public health crisis or no error. Okay, everyone, I hope everybody is getting my voice and everybody is getting my strategy how to deal with error detection questions. If someone compels you to just go through the sentence and just try to pull out the error like in fraction of seconds, it is not like that. Okay, we are dealing with the Hindu newspaper questions, so we have to be careful about this one. Okay, and whenever you are facing kind of problem like questions like error detection, then you have to be very much careful about the answer. It is also possible for governments to issue. It is also possible. Okay, for whom? For governments. Why? To issue what are called compulsory licenses. Okay, which means which is the relative pronoun comes for compulsory licenses, and it is plural. That's why override is used instead of overrides. Okay, so override patent rights to allow local production or import of drugs by generic manufacturers in the event of a public health crisis. Yes, actually this is no error. There is no error in this question. Oh, very nice. So now we have to move further to question number 10. Yes, so this is question number 10, everyone. I hope you remember the questions. We have already done questions, 10 questions. Now we have to continue with others. Okay. Voluntary licenses also enable production to begin more expeditious as they usually are accompanied by technology transfer, meaning that the patent holder reveals to the licensee how to manufacture the medication, sparing the licensee the lengthy and costly process of figuring out how to reverse engineer the product. Okay, reverse engineering, you all know that from raw material to final goods, it is called engineering, and reverse engineering means from final product to raw materials. So this is the way in a layman style we can understand. Okay, yeah. So for first we have to go through the words. Voluntary licenses are also enable producer to begin more expeditious. Okay, first of all, we have to use this. Expeditious is an adjective. Okay, and we have to write expeditiously. This should be there. This is the right word. Begin more expeditiously, as they usually are accompanied by. Yes, this is the adverb. So we have to use adverb instead of an adjective. This is adjective. Okay, so this is wrong and this is correct. I hope everybody got it right. Yeah, let's move further. This is question number 11. Okay, let's start, everyone. The International Monetary Fund means IMF, the Reserve Bank of India means RBI, and the Ministry of Finance Economic Survey forecasted. Okay, first of all, the International Monetary Fund means IMF, first subject, RBI is the second subject, and this finance economy is the third subject. Okay, so we got three subjects here. Survey, okay, and Ministry of Finance Economic Survey forecasted. Okay, okay, so the survey based on these reports, we can say the survey based on the reports given by IMF, RBI, and Ministry of Finance Economic. That survey forecasted what? Forecasted real GDP growth. Okay, real GDP growth for 2021-22 at 12.5%, 10.5%, and 11.5% respectively. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to think over this date. This is not past. Okay, 2021-22 is the just present year we are talking about. So whenever we talk about present situation, then we have to think of present tense, and it is written forecasted. Okay, forecasted is wrong. We have to use forecast. Okay, this is correct. Okay, I hope everybody got it right. Okay, sorry, it should not be there. Yes, forecast means to say something or to expect something of the future at present. Okay, this is the right answer, everyone. I hope you all got it right. Okay, let's continue. This is another question, and I hope it is 12. If even the growth rate of 8.7% for 2021-22 comes under challenge because of a prolonged lockdown, not only will India see a fall in the real GDP in the current year as compared to 2019-20 level, but the nominal GDP numbers assumed in the budget would also be belied, adversely affecting the fiscal aggregates in the center's 2021-22 budget year. This is very nice question. A very good question, we can say. So what we have to do, we have to think over this one. Like we have to start with first. If even the growth rate of 8.7% for 2021-22 comes under challenge, okay, if we challenge this growth rate because of a prolonged lockdown means for a longer period of time, continuous lockdown, not only will India see a fall in the real GDP in the current year as compared to 2019-20 level, but the nominal GDP numbers assumed in the budget would also be believed. First of all, we have already used will over here, and we are talking about not past but future. So will should be continued, na? Like we have to use will instead of would. Would is the past form of will actually. So whenever we think of will, we have to use present. Okay, so will be the right answer. And this is the, I'm just telling you everyone, this is the past form of will, means would is the last past form of will, nothing else. Okay, I hope you all understood. So will be the right answer. So this will be, according to this, D will be the right answer. I hope you all understood. Let's continue. Even if this buoyancy is achieving, the lower nominal GDP growth will imply a GTR growth of 15.7% as compared to the budgeted growth of 16.7%. Okay, so what we have to do? In the previous question, actually, we were also able to go through the structure of conditional sentences. Okay, I'll go to that part. First of all, complete this one. I'll tell you the other word, other rule. So first of all, we have to use even if this buoyancy is achieving. Is achieving means buoyancy is trying to achieve. Like Rohan is achieving means Rohan is working hard to achieve that kind of success. Okay. So but here success is being achieved, no? Success is achieved. It should be achieved. It should be passive. So whenever we think of passive voice, we have to think of like is MR and then V3. Not achieving but achieved. That's why it is used. So option A will be the right answer. And now it is time for the previous question. We were talking about this. Okay. First of all, you can see this question is from actually conditional sentence. As you can see, uh, this is from conditional sentence as if is used. Okay. So if you want to go through the conditional sentence, then it should be in the same manner we can make it correct. Or if you don't want to go through that structure, then you can go through the tense, or the we can say tense structure. So you can correct this sentence with both the rules. Okay. Yeah, let's continue with the next question. Okay. Yeah. Together, these two factors may lead to a slippage in fiscal deficit, which might be close to 7.7% of GDP in 2021-22 if total expenditures are kept at the budgeted levels. Okay, what we have to do in this sentence? Everyone. First of all, we have to think over this. May is used means the sentence is going in present tense. Okay, and the year is also mentioned. So we can say in this year, means this is the present time. Na? So we can't use past form. Again the same error. Like may should be used at present. Okay, and if you want to use the past form of may, okay, it should be might. There are so many uses of may, might to show tense, or we can say to show possibilities. So here it is used to show time. So this is the past form of may, and it is talking about 21-22. It means present. So we have to think over what? We have to think over this one. It should be may. Like it should be may, not might. Okay, I hope you all got it right. Okay, let's move. Given the childhood of a third COVID-19 wave, sorry. Given the likelihood of a third COVID-19 wave, there is an urgent need to ramp up health and related infrastructure by enhancing the number of hospitals and hospital beds, sources of oxygen supplies, and the manufacture of COVID-19 related vaccines and drugs. This is so simple. If you go through the sentence, you're going to find out the error in fraction of seconds. Okay, let's start. Given the likelihood of a third COVID-19 wave, there is an urgent need to ramp up health to get your health and related infrastructure by enhancing the number of hospitals and hospital beds, sources of oxygen supplies, and the manufacture of COVID-19 related vaccines and drugs. This is the error. Option D is the right answer. So relate is wrong and related is right. So I hope everybody got it right. Let's move further. Okay. So furthermore, strong support is needed for the vulnerable group of the society, including migrant labor and the rural and urban unemployed population. Not tell me everyone. It is very simple. Like, furthermore, strong support is needed for the vulnerable, or vulnerable means that can easily be attacked. Okay, at risk, we can say at risk. For the vulnerable group of society, including migrant labor and rural and urban unemployed population. Means we are talking about not single one. We are talking about different chunk of people like migrant labor and rural and urban unemployed populations. So we have to talk about groups now, not a single group. There are various groups there. Okay. So furthermore, strong support is needed for the voluntarily, or we can say for the vulnerable groups of the society, including migrant labor and rural and urban unemployed population. This is everyone error. This is error, and we have to go through this one. Okay. So option B will be the right answer. So I hope you all understood. Let's continue with question number. I don't know the name number. I think it should be 17. Okay. So let's find out. The center's uh, budget had allocated 35,000 rupees crore. Okay. 35,000 crore rupees for vaccination as shown in the budget for the Department of Finance. Demand for grant 40 number 40 as an amount to be transferred to the states. So it is very simple. It is a spelling error, everyone. The meaning, the spelling of transfer. As you can see, it should be double R. Instead of single R, we have to use double R. So this is the error, everyone. Spelling error. So option D will be the right answer. I hope everybody got it right. Okay, let's move further. Rather than having individual state governments floating global tenders for vaccines, if the center government is the single agency for vaccine procurement, the economies of scale and the center bargaining power would keep the average vaccine price low. Okay. So what will be the right answer? Rather than having individual state governments floating global tenders for vaccines. It is correct up to this. If the center government is okay, the single agency for vaccine procurement, the economies of scale and the center bargaining power. I think it should be center's bargaining power would become kept would kept. It should be will kept. Sorry, will keep. Sorry, will keep the average vaccine price low. Yes. So there are two errors in this question, everyone. Actually, I think this is the typing error in one part, but in the examination you will be having only one error in one question. Okay. So it should be center's bargaining power will keep the average price low. Okay. I hope you all got it. Okay, let's continue with this one. I hope this is question number 19. In the gloomy battle against the novel coronavirus pandemic, what has emerged as the most repressive in the brazen attempt by profiteers in filling the gap between following the desperation of many patients and families. Okay. So what we have to do in this question, we have to think over patients. Okay. Like here, patients and families. It should be patients and families. Like many is used. Whenever we use many, we have to use a noun that is plural. Okay. So we have to use patients and families. This is the right answer. Option D will be the right answer. And this is the last question for today's session, everyone. With the second wave of infections and the rise in COVID-19 positive cases in India, the necessity for integral medicines, hospital beds, and oxygen supplies has gone incrementally. Okay. The error is in reading the passage, everyone. Reading the question, you'll get the answer. It is very easy. Actually, we have to talk about oxygen supplies. Like in the case of infections or COVID-19 or the increasing number of positive cases in India, what is the need, the necessity for integral medicines, hospital beds, and oxygen supplies has gone up incrementally. This should be the error. I hope you got it right. And yes. So we are going to continue the session from the next class. I hope you all understood. And this is the last question for today's session. And we are going to continue this the same error detection question in the next class. Okay. I hope you all understood, everyone. So see you in the next video. Thank you.